wish you a lot of luck. You been to this show before, Steve?
Not You Bet Your Life.
You
no.
saw how it's played, though,
Yes.
huh? It's a piece of cake. Let's meet your teammate here. What is it, Richard Martin? Am I saying that right?
That is correct. How are you?
I'm doing okay, Richard. Thank you.
Terrific.
And Richard, what do you do for a living, sir?
I'm actually a congressman.
Is that right?
Yes,
Oh,
it
terrific.
is. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I
Well, these are
represent the 19th district in Ohio.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
And what brings you out here? Are you vacationing?
I'm actually doing some fundraising in Palm Springs in Orange County, and
what made you
raising
come
some.
here?
My aide is right there, a young gentleman named Uri, right there.
Okay.
So he says, you know, we should venture into Hollywood and see what's going on there, because that's hip. Is that the word you used? He said that's where the hip people are, and I said, you know, why not? Why not?
Well,
so
we're glad to have you.
So here we are, and it seems like a neat group of folks, and. I'm not used to this where I live. You know, a lot of times, like if we want to entertain each other, you know, like what we'll do with my family is sometimes myself and a couple of my sons will duck in to one of the bedrooms, and then we'll come out and we'll be wearing leather jackets, and we'll play George Thorogood's "Bad to the Bone," and we'll strut around the house, and that just raises heck.
That sounds like a good time.
You should see the look on my wife's face when she sees us acting all tough.
How long have you been married, Congressman?
This marriage, it's been...
Heads up, this marriage?
Yes.
You've been married before then?
Yes, this is my fourth marriage.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Your fourth one, and how long did each one last?
Each one lasted roughly 4 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And so this most recent one, what's her name?
Her name is Joanne.
Joanne?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you've got...
She's a neat lady.
I don't doubt.
Yeah. She's a good gal.
And
she's got a good heart. She
what?
Could lose a little weight, but she's a good gal. Yeah.
She's a little heavy?
She's been eating the cookies. When she gets nervous, when it gets around election time, she always gets nervous that I'm not going to get reelected, and she hits the cookies, and I tell her, you know, that she shouldn't panic and do that. She needs to have faith in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
Now, let me ask you something. You say
Sure.
that you're up for re-election, but you're campaigning and you're fundraising in Palm Springs in Orange County?
For the general Republican Party. I think my seat is safe, I'm hoping.
Oh, you're fine.
Yes.
So you're out.
I live in a very wealthy
You're
district.
stopping for McCain.
I don't think they're going to vote for the fellow that's running against me. Yeah.
What's that fellow all about?
He's black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. That's what's happening in our general election.
Yeah, but not in my district. Yeah.
How long have you been seated in Congress, sir?
I've been in there since the year 2000.
Is that about
Yeah.
8 years?
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
And
I do a good job.
I don't doubt that.
I put country first.
Anything important that
do.
you got passed that we should know about?
Yeah. I've tried to ban pillows on death row tables. I've tried to outlaw nudity in diaper commercials.
Did any of these get passed?
Not yet. I'm trying to make the bomber jacket tax deductible. I've got a whole bunch that I could continue to list, but
Well, those don't sound that strong. How do you get reelected?
I live in a community where folks know what I stand for. I stand for American values and hard work and being a good guy and going to church. And they know that they can trust me. And
Sounds like it.
that's why they continue to elect me, because they know, if I do get caught, I'm sorry. I've had a couple of run-ins with the law. I was a CEO of a company that was. The liberal media spun it that I was polluting the Ohio River. I claimed that it was a drought, and I was merely patriotically contributing to the water levels without asking for any type of attention drawn towards myself. But the overly litigious lawyers of some hysterical mothers of very, very slightly retarded children seemed to want to hang me in a witch trial, so the advice of my wife, my priest, and the FBI decided to resign.
You resigned?
I did, and then I got into politics.
Then you got into politics.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
So we're clear. You were peeing into the river?
No, the company I was working for, CEO of, we contributed to the water level, and apparently there were some PCBs in there, but it smelled fine to me. So, yeah.
You mentioned your kids earlier. I'm curious about that. How many children do you have?
Got 3 kids: Ronald, Wilson, and Reagan. Yeah. Great kids.
Are they good kids?
Good kids.
Yeah?
Good kids. 3 beautiful kids. 2 of them are gorgeous. And just couldn't be happy. Ron's a little bit he's in rehab right now. I mean, he didn't do anything. He was associating with some kids from the wrong side of the tracks, and some high school gal claims that the rest of the football team took liberties with her, but it was ridiculous, an undefeated team is going to do that with an unattractive girl. It just doesn't make any sense
at all.
No, it doesn't. My little boy, Wilson, good kid. Starts a lot of fires, but he's a good kid. Likes to torture animals, but he's a good kid.
Sounds like
deep down. And Reagan, just a sweet little gal.
Yeah.
Love her.
How old is she?
She's the apple of my eye. She's 8 years old.
Oh,
and every Christmas she wants a pony. And we say, we'd love to give you a pony, but we don't have a barn for the ponies, so we go back and forth, and we usually settle on sending her to weight camp.
Well, I've got to interject. You've got to be just over the moon then about the vice presidential candidate for.
Sarah Palin, very excited about her. I don't know what you folks think, but she just seems like a straight shooter to me. She fires from the hip, and you know what I like about her, Jim, is she's not going to come to Washington jaded by familiarity with the political process. She's not going to be burdened with any geographical knowledge of the lower 48, so she's going to have a fresh look. I think she brings us just a charming Dr. Quinn freshness to the vice presidency.
Yeah, we've been
and I
lucky.
welcome her and all of her children and their children's children.
A lot of kids in that family.
They do have a lot of kids. They've been blessed. They have been blessed.
You think she's going to get out of this trooper gate? You think that she's going to get out of that okay?
I think she will. I don't think she did anything wrong. I think she saw a wrong. She tried to right it, and the people that didn't agree with her had to feel the wrath of her hammer. Sometimes that's what you got to do. When the buck stops with you, sometimes you got to make tough decisions, and sometimes that means threatening someone's life. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I'm saying that is the level you should be willing to go to if you care about your country.
I have one last question for you, then we got to
Sure.
play the game.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
Pat has been making these childish, gay remarks the entire night.
Yeah.
As a congressman, how do you feel about the gay community?
I absolutely support the gay community. There's gay gentlemen right here. I mean, he can tell me that he's heterosexual, but you can look at him and you can tell. You can tell. I can spot him in a heartbeat. I can just, right over there. One of my ex-wives, Marilyn, she came up to me, she said, Richard, why do you hate the gays so much? I said, Marilyn, I don't hate the gays. I'm a Christian. I hate their faggoty ways. I hate them thinking they can have a bathhouse fling and then march down the same aisle to the same altar that has been so sacred to me on 4 separate occasions.
Mr. Martin, everybody. Steven, you guys ready to play the game?
Absolutely.
Pat, what categories do we have for these two folks?
We've got Emmy Awards and Jimmy Dines Out.
All right, these are questions about the Emmy Awards. We just had those,
Sure.
Congressman. You and the family probably sat around and watched them.
We do.
And then
I love that, according to Jim. Oh, my God.
You're gonna kick
Oh,
out of that?
my God. That fella, he's got some talent. Apparently, he had a brother who was also a comedian.
Correct. That's correct.
Yeah. Crud.
So, and the other one was Jimmy Dines Out, and those are all questions that will involve the way that I eat out in public.
Great.
So would you like to go
Terrific.
Jimmy Dines Out or
Sure.
question about the Emmy Awards? You guys are a team. You're working together.
Steven?
What do you think, Steve?
I've not seen. I didn't watch the Emmys, so if that's gonna be.
We're in Hollywood. Let's do the Emmys.
Okay.
All right.
When in Rome. We're in the belly of the beast.
All right, here we go then. Steven,
Sure.
you're comfortable with that,
Sure.
Steve?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. For 25 points.
Great.
Who was the first African American to win an Emmy? Was it Bill Cosby or Red Fox?
Can we answer I don't care? No?
Congressman, please.
The 2 choices again?
Two choices were Bill Cosby or Red Fox. Who was the first African American to win an Emmy? Thank you, John.
We're going to say Red Fox.
Red Fox, incorrect answer. Incorrect answer was Dr. Bill Cosby for I Spy.
They continue to trick me.